Hello and welcome to The Villain Was Right, the podcast where we look at movies and TV shows from the villain's perspective and dare to ask, were they really all that bad? I'm your host, Craig Fay.
And I'm your host, Rebecca Reeds.
And this week on the podcast, we are joined by a very special guest, hilarious comedian, friend of the podcast, frequent guest, Sam Norton. Welcome to the podcast.
No. We didn't miss that. You give me my deserved title.
Third chair? Friend of the podcast.
Number one super freak fan.
Number one super freak fan. There we go. Sorry.
How
Adam
dare
Christie
you.
is our third seat now. Self-proclaimed.
Yeah.
Go
Adam
back
Christie can have third seat. I need your hair and toenails every time.
I just clipped this morning. I'm sorry.
I'll wait.
And we're having you on because you're fucking off. You're moving away from us. And
That's what we've been calling it, fucking off.
Fucking off. Yeah, and also I love trying to schedule this where you're like, guys, I'm moving to Calgary. Like, it's not like you're not going to the moon. Yeah. Like, I was literally just there. We probably were passing each other in the air. But you picked this movie. We're doing Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Why Pee-wee's Big Adventure? What's your relationship with this movie?
Well, like I think every other movie I've done on here, inspired by my daughter. So Pee Wee Herman, like Pee Wee's Playhouse, came up on I think Prime or something, and I got excited and was like, hey, you want to watch this? She's like, okay. And I introduced Pee Wee's Playhouse to my daughter, so we've been watching that.
Nice.
I grew up with Pee Wee. Like, I started watching when I was 3. I have not stopped watching. I watched this movie, Big Top Pee Wee. I've been secretly, like, not obsessed, but it kind of does define my comedy, too. Like, I like the weird freakishness of it.
Yeah.
I have watched, this is a admission, I have watched Pee-wee's Christmas special every day since, or not every day, every day
since Christmas 1987.
I watched it every day, or every year, first snow of the year where I'm living, to get me in the mood for Christmas. I've watched it every year since 1995 when we first got it on VHS. Then I got it on DVD, and then I introduced that tradition to my daughter. So,
That's
Damn,
great.
yeah, I've
you're
watched a lot of Pee-wee.
You're a Pee-wee head, which is a
Okay.
weird.
That's my wife's nickname for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and this movie I've watched so many times.
Yeah.
That's great. I think this was my first watch.
Definitely
Really?
my first watch of this. Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
I've definitely seen Pee-wee's Playhouse before.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely, like, aware of and seeing clips of, and I just think he's definitely had an impact on, comedy in general. But I think this is the first time I've ever watched this movie.
Yeah.
That's because this is, in my family, this is one, it's like this and Dumb and Dumber, like the
Okay.
quotable.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
so many quotable and the fact that you guys are blankly staring at me of like, what's quotable from this movie is, I'm about...
Oh, no. I was thinking
get it.
I'm going to even dig into a hole even worse. I, to this day, have never seen Dumb and Dumber. All right, everyone's leaving the studio now. Everyone's leaving.
I know, right?
We're doing a double episode. Buckle up.
We're gonna go sit down and watch.
That's my top comedy movie. That might be one of my favorite movies of all time.
This has come up on the podcast before, where somebody has pointed out that there's something about straight men our age where we think Dumb and Dumber is the best movie ever.
It's so good.
And I'm inclined to believe it may be a generational thing. I'm on board with you, but.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever... I've never watched. We've never covered it here.
No, we haven't. Although I'm tempted to do it as a bonus episode.
Now that I've said it out loud? Okay, here we go.
I mean, it is the perfect, for your bonus episodes, it is the perfect fusion between it's great and trashy.
Yeah.
It's like,
oh, yeah. I love trash.
You guys could hold hands the whole time watching this movie. Finally finding something you agree on.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Anyways, Pee Wee Herman. I don't know. What'd you guys think?
Oh, I liked it.
First time viewer.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, it was good.
Okay.
I don't think I watched it and I was like, I remember Pee Wee Herman as a kid. I remember Pee Wee's Play, like the chair screams and like everything.
Chair screams.
No, like when the word, you know what I mean.
I'm just going. I like to listen to you talk about this as if someone who is not as old as us, like someone who's like 23, going like, "What the fuck did he just say?"
The chair had a mouth and it screamed whenever they said the word of the day. That's what happened.
Well, they got it from a talking robot.
Yeah.
So
anyway,
that's how that works.
But watching it this time, I was like, I'm aware of this as a cultural thing. I'm not sure I quite got why Pee Wee Herman as a character was so beloved comedically. Like, I was just like, you're just kind of being a weird little dude.
But he's doing it so well.
True.
I believe he's a weird little dude.
Yeah.
I do believe, and I think it's a very specific universe they drop you into.
Definitely.
Like, and I think there's a lot of good comedic beats.
It's a laugh a minute. There's
It's
a gag
laugh a minute, yeah.
There's a gag a minute.
I like gags. Okay, I like to watch gags. I think it's something that's kind of fallen off a little bit, and I don't think we give it its due. And I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I thought it was a fun movie. I enjoyed it.
This lets me want to hug you just to bring your inner child back to life.
Probably.
I feel like you watch this and you're like, nobody's crunching numbers.
I did watch this
Scrunching
on an airplane shoved between two other.
Oh, you were doing too much adult stuff.
Yeah. That was it. I needed more whimsy. But guys, if you are like me and you have not seen Pee-wee's Big Adventure before, just a real quick crash course on this. Basically, we're introduced to man-child Pee-wee Herman. He gets up, he makes automated breakfast, which is a whole thing, and.
I forgot Science Guy's gonna pop in today.
And
I'm ready for that, right?
And we're introduced to it starts with him having a dream that he's winning the Tour de France on his bicycle. We find he's got a little special hiding place for his bicycle. He takes it to the mall, I guess, and he goes and gets magic stuff, which I thought would at some point pay off. None of that stuff did. He got a boomerang bow tie and never used it the entire movie. And
It's like introducing a loaded gun and never shooting it. How dare
which is
you?
insane. I'm just realizing this
Told
now
you,
that
gag a minute. It's
didn't.
so funny.
Anyway, he goes and locks up his bike. He chains it up like obscenely, and he's going to pick up his new horn from the. I don't know why, like not like a ding ding. Yeah, that type of horn. Wow, I'm sundowning. He and Dottie, the I guess attendant or service person there, is like clearly hitting on him. He's like, "No, you're not. I'm not interested in you." Then when he goes and returns to his bike. Wouldn't you know it's been stolen? And he calls the cops. The cops are useless. They say as much. He gets all his friends in his basement, and he's like, they stole my bike, and he sits there for 3 hours. And finally, his friends all get mad at him. And finally, depressed, he goes and finds a psychic who tells him for all his money that his bike is in the basement of the Alamo in Texas. So he goes and
come on, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's so funny when he shows up to the Alamo. It's great.
Excuse me, where's the basement?
It goes through the whole tour.
Yeah.
Pee-wee, you're in Texas? I can prove it. The stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas. It's ridiculous.
It's very good. Anyway, he goes on this very long road trip. He meets up with a guy who, a wanted felon who took the mattress tags off, and he helps him escape. He inspires a woman to go to Paris at one point. There's a ghost trucker he gets in a truck with at some point. And, as you said, a lot of gags on his way there. The classic kind of road trip formula where we're meeting character after character, funny hijinks happen, and finally he gets to the Alamo, goes on the whole tour, as you said, revealed that it's not there. Oh, I forgot to mention Francis, his also childlike rival,
his foil.
His foil, who is rich and wants his bike for his birthday, but Pee-wee won't sell it to him. And we do learn that at some point he did have it stolen for him, but he can't handle the grief. And it ends up somehow inexplicably in a movie in LA, and Pee-wee goes and steals the bike from the movie in LA, and there's a bike chase scene
hell
where
yeah.
he ruins a bunch of movies.
That's right.
And finally he ends up in the office. No, he gets arrested, right? And anyway, the head of Warner Brothers says, like, we want your story.
Your life rights, kid.
And they make a movie out of it, and the movie ends with I think who's the actor? Burt Reynolds.
It's not Burt Reynolds.
It's not?
My wife was watching me watch this, like, is that Burt Reynolds and Dolly Parton? I was like, no, that's the soap opera version
Dolly
of both of
Parton,
them.
yes,
Like
yeah.
the 80s Wish.com version of Burt Reynolds. And
okay.
they were like,
Well known. I do know those actors.
yeah, but they were like soap opera actors.
Oh, okay. Anyway, they're playing them in the movie, and he finally goes to the drive-in with Dottie, even though he is not interested, and for reasons. That's kind of the end. Oh, there's a biker gang he pisses off at some point along the
But
road.
then he sings Tequila, and they love him.
Iconic.
They
that
love
dance.
him.
I used to do
Come
that
on.
dance at weddings, standing ovation, and that is not a lie. 6-year-old Sam just
in the big
tequila.
shoes?
I would put on my sister or my mom's heels and do the tequila dance on a table. Did it twice.
So fun. That
is-
funny.
I told you, I'm a Pee-wee head.
That is
right.
honestly, that's kind of the canned heat of the 80s.
yeah. You bust that out, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Any other major? We'll cover
No, I
them
think
if
you
we
got
met
it,
them.
yeah. Yeah, you
Hijinks
got it.
ensue.
Hijinks.
It's not a complex movie plot wise, but
Hey, it's a
so-
Tim Burton film.
is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, the only thing I picked on the opening credits was written by Phil Hartman,
Yeah.
Yeah.
who shows up at the end as well.
Phil
yeah.
Hartman was Jambi in the Pee-wee Herman show. The Mecca-Lecca-Hi-Ni-Ho. It was Phil Hartman.
Oh,
They met at Groundlings. Lawrence Fishburne was Cowboy Curtis in the show.
holy cow!
Yeah, like Pee Wee Herman was like hugely connected because like he helped Paul Rubin like started in Groundlings in like the
Sure.
70s and got in with so many stars, and so people came through. In that Christmas special I watch, it's like stacked. This movie stacked.
Yeah.
This is. You guys are looking at 80s royalty. Right?
Yeah,
no,
that's right.
And I
A
guess
Tim Burton film.
I'm-
And the only time I think you can really tell is when the ghost, like the, what is her name?
Large
Marge.
Marge.
Large Marge.
Yeah, when Large Marge shows up, I'm like, and there it
There it
is.
is. There it is.
There it is.
That's the guy
There's
who's gonna do
Burton,
Beetlejuice.
baby.
Do you know Danny Elfman did the soundtrack?
that's wild.
It's
This is a better movie than you
masterpiece.
think. Yes.
It's a better movie
Better
than you
pedigree. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's like it's so funny that everyone's like, yeah, this P.B. Herman guy, we're all behind him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the thing. I view Pee Wee Herman as the villain of this movie.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Why is that?
He is a menace.
yeah.
He goes across country committing multiple like felonies and
Yeah.
crimes, and it's just a slew of that, and then it just ends by him somehow being a movie star, which checks out. You know,
Yeah.
if you're a criminal, you end up getting star power. But yeah.
Yeah.
Because like the whole thing is like Francis is supposed to be looked at as the bad guy, which he's kind of a boner,
Yep.
Yeah, but I also think somebody should steal his bike because I don't think Pee Wee Herman should be mobile. I don't think he should be on the road in any capacity. We need to ground this man. Okay. He needs to be in his home, in his automated breakfast machine. Okay, hanging out there.
Yeah.
I love the window with the fish. That's my favorite.
The window with the fish?
Yeah.
You notice that his bathroom when he's brushing his teeth and you
It's a
look
fish tank.
outside, it's a fish tank.
Oh, okay, that's pretty good.
That's great.
I now that we're on the breakfast though, and we'll get to the many crimes of Pee Wee Herman.
We can
in a
start
minute.
with breakfast. That is his first sin.
Yes,
It's
because
his first
nobody, the automated breakfast maker is such a standard of 80s movies.
Yes, it is.
Like Back to the Future, I think had one. I think Honey, I Shrunk
Honey,
the Kids.
yeah.
Like, or like these elaborate Rube Goldberg machines that are going to
I
cook
think
you
maybe
breakfast.
Flubber. Does Flubber have one?
Possibly. Same vibe. Like, I'm a genius inventor, therefore I don't need to cook my breakfast. There is nobody in the world who has ever wanted an automated breakfast. Do you know how easy it is to fry an egg?
I mean, you're wrong.
I'm wrong. You got to reset fucking billiard balls and springs and fucking at the end. No, just fucking clean the pan and you're done. We have washing machines. Like,
I think I would
dishwashers.
The amount of time, like how much time does it take to like make a breakfast? Pancakes, eggs, bacon, right? How much time do you think that would take? To sit there and do it.
30, 40 minutes?
I could take 30, 40 minutes setting up springs and widgets and balls just so I could have a fun little thing every morning instead of actually making the breakfast.
Where's your whimsy,
Where
Craig?
is your whimsy, Craig?
Where's your...
It died 200 episodes ago.
This podcast is your own Rube Goldberg machine. Like,
Yeah, it just kills whimsy at the end.
the boot goes right into your soul.
Yeah. I don't know. It's so much setup and so much cleanup. I've just, as much as I love a little mechanism, you know what I mean? A little thing that does a little thing. Cracking eggs is not hard.
You know who has to wash their walls? Pee Wee Herman. Has to wash his walls.
Right?
You know what I mean? You gotta wash the ceilings.
The pancakes just went. I was expecting.
Buddy, you're gonna get ants. That's how you get ants.
That's how you get ants. The ants can get to the ceiling.
I know.
Pancakes don't come down.
I know. The ants, I've seen ants on the ceiling. We had a session with my family where we shoot them off with
like the salt guns? Oh.
No, with elastics. That's how my dad lost a part of his eye.
Just a part.
Whoa, this Pee Wee Herman episode got cool. What? What do you? First off, what is a part of an eye? Second off, how did they lose it? Thirdly,
and I've definitely told this story before, but I don't care. I'll tell it one more time. So for whatever reason, there was all these ants on our ceiling in the living room, right? When I was really young. Anyway, we of course, like every family of all time, have a big jar of elastics for some reason in case there's ever an emergency.
We couldn't throw them out when we were kids.
No, you could not throw out an elastic. How dare you? All right. So then we started a game where we were trying to shoot them off the ceiling, and my dad decided he was going to put two together. And we were like, don't do that. You're going to hurt yourself. And he's like, no, I'm going to make a super one. And then he hit himself in the eye. And then we were like, okay,
don't skip. I need the mechanism. How did he hit himself in the eye?
Because he's, you know, how you're extending them.
So he drew it back to his eye.
Drew it back and then released it. But the top released before the hand closest to his eye, flicked him in the eye. Now you would think that you would go back to one. No, he was like, the thing that I miscalculated was that I needed more. So then he put a third one on and we said, don't do that. You're going to hurt yourself. And that's when he did it again and immediately.
He shot himself twice?
Yes. Okay. And the second time he took a little chunk out of the white of his eyeball.
Your dad's not an athletic person, right?
I mean, he's like, he worked in labor his whole life. Like, I wouldn't say he's like unathletic.
Did he have an accident?
No.
He just shot himself in the eye twice?
Yeah.
I gotta meet your dad.
He just doesn't. I don't think he understands risk. Like I have watched him I've watched him shock himself a few times, like trying to fix plugged-in electronics. And I, as a 10-year-old, am looking at him and going, "I wouldn't do that." And he's like, "Nah, it'll be fine." And then he shocks himself, and I'm like, "Okay, so we see that maybe we should unplug the thing."
I'm more worried about his coordination. How do you not know how to shoot a rubber band?
I have no idea.
And he did.
You can get yourself in the eye.
Twice in a row.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever shot myself with a rubber band.
Anyway, so here we are. I don't even know how we got on that. Yes, the crimes of Pee Wee.
But first, I need Sam to read this note that I had made previous to this, and I've just highlighted it for you.
Too full of whimsy for me.
I wrote that as a note to myself so I wouldn't forget it. It's too full of whimsy.
Was it always that big, or
no? I highlighted so you could find it. But just now, but I was just going through my notes. So I was like, my sense of whimsy is gone. And you know what is not whimsical? Attacking a man in his own pool/bathtub
Buddy,
and
that's
fucking
the
drowning
sickest
him.
bath I've ever seen. I'm like,
It was
literally.
upstairs too.
I would still be childlike as an adult if I had that kind of bath. I would have toys in the bath. If my bathtub was that,
toys.
yeah. If my bath was that big, hell yeah.
I couldn't decide. Is that a bath or is that a pool?
Well, he said he was taking a bath.
Yeah.
So we're going to say it's a bath. Yeah, he
Okay.
said he's upstairs taking a bath.
It would take forever to fill.
And he was soaped up.
He was?
He was sudsed up.
But he was wearing a bathing suit.
Well, he's
Well, he knew he was about to get his shit kicked. He was on high alert.
You
okay?
steal Pee-wee's bike, you go everywhere in a bathing suit.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, you gotta have clothes on, ready to roll. Okay,
the go bag.
The thunder's coming. Okay, yeah, hell yeah, you gotta be ready to
But
rock.
just from his perspective, let's just say you're in your bathtub, and all of a sudden a man in a suit just literally kicks down your door, charges in, and is holding your head underwater. Like, that's what Pee-wee did in this.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure he is
He's a menace.
He's a menace.
A menace to society.
He's a child without a parent or guardian.
Yes.
Can we go back 2 sins real quick?
Oh, of course.
First off, wasteful breakfast. Made the whole breakfast, then hilariously ate
Poured
one
cereal
thing.
all over it?
Yeah, poured cereal all over it, then took one bite of toast, chewed it, and then just got up and left. Wasteful, villainous, very funny.
That
Good
is
gag.
such a 90s breakfast thing. You ever watch those TV shows from the 90s where it's the most amount of food you've ever seen on the planet? And they're like, oh, gotta go. And they'll take like one bite of one pancake and run out. And you're like, this is
So much food on the
this
table.
is so much waste. I am so stressed.
I want breakfast so bad right now. Anyway,
Let's go.
Let's
Yeah.
go. We're going for breakfast afterwards.
Breakfast after this. The other thing that we skipped over before he almost killed Francis, living next to Pee-wee would be a nightmare. Because I didn't realize it until I was watching it for this show. He goes, he's like, to the neighbor, he's like,
Yeah.
I'm going to water my lawn now. And he's like, okay, Pee-wee. And he turns on the sprinkler. He has to make sure his neighbors have... Like, fucking move your sprinkler to where it's not going to go inside the house. The guy has to
Yeah.
close the window. And if you notice, when you go back and watch it, the neighbor closes his window. He barely does in time. Pee-wee just warns him and doesn't wait for him to close the window. He's just like, it's fucking going. Go, Rob, or whatever it is.
Yep.
That's a shitty thing to do.
Yeah.
I don't mean to sound suburban, but if there's an HOA, I'm sure he's paying a lot of fees with
he's
his
got a rocket ship
yeah.
in his
There's
yard.
no way there's an HOA.
I mean,
there's no way.
It's a nice neighborhood.
Yeah, but still, I
Gets his
think
bike
he would
stolen,
get
yeah.
so many fines constantly.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big guy of like, you look at that lawn, it's all full of tacky shit. They don't close. Like, I don't care. Do what you want with your house. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
it's your own
Yeah.
thing. But my God, you would go by that and you'd be like, that is a tacky ass fucking house.
You know, I just think
You got your Christmas lights still up, buddy. Your Christmas lights.
I
I think at that point, yeah.
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I like that. I like I like to have a very like character strong home in the neighborhood.
Sure.
I just think that, and this is where we go back to the sprinkler. Your home has to be barriered to your lawn. Okay. Once it's my problem and on my lawn, now we have issue.
That's
okay.
yes.
I don't care if you have 6 broken down cars in the front lawn. I don't give a fuck. That's your fucking property, dude. Okay, that's none of my goddamn business. Okay, but if you're leaving motors on my side, like on the sidewalk, now we have an issue. Okay.
Or if your oil's just dripping into my
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what I didn't like. That he's just inconsiderate. That's the main thing. That's Pee-wee's big problem in this whole movie. He's just very selfish and inconsiderate.
Yeah.
Which is why Francis, in the first place, probably wanted the bike to be like, fuck you, dude. 'Cause you don't know that.
Absolutely.
You don't know the history.
And again, strongly believe this man should not be mobile. I don't think he should be on the road. You know what
As
I mean?
evidenced by this movie.
Yes.
God, I know you didn't think it was funny. Gag a minute. The amount of pratfalls when he's doing the bike ride, sees the kids doing the tricks, he starts doing the tricks, and then he's like putting his feet back, and then hard cut to him hitting the curb. And
Yeah,
just
no, that's
somersault.
pretty good.
So fucking
The
funny.
other one I really did love was all the bikers give him the bike and he just drives
crashes
straight into
immediately.
a sign.
And
I was
then
like,
it's dead silent.
and then just cut to hospital. Like, honestly, yes.
Yes.
So funny.
Fair. Yeah.
No, it's good. It's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I will also want to put watching a sunset from inside of a Tyrannosaurus's mouth is now on my bucket list. I was like, I know this is dumb. So cool. I want to do it.
No, it looks magical.
Do you remember that scene in? I know I'm going to another movie. Do you remember the movie Hook?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that scene where they're all pretending to eat, and then Robin Williams finally flicks the spoon at Rufio, and then the fat kid goes, "You're doing it, Peter. You're playing." I feel like it's happening with you.
What is this whimsy?
Is this whimsy? Do
What
I
is
like
this
it?
feeling? My inner child.
You're eating breakfast for dinner. You're laughing at funny people falling down.
Pratfalls,
Yeah.
No, he's a menace, that's for sure. I do love how this movie seems to be severely anti-cop as well. Where they're like, well, we'll be honest with you, we don't get any bikes back.
That was very realistic, though.
And they're like, did you try and retrace your steps? And Pee-wee's like, of course I retraced them to the part where I locked it up and it was stolen. But that's the sort of thing. They don't protect property. Or they don't solve crimes, they just protect property. You know?
Rich people's property.
Yeah, rich people's property,
yeah.
right?
They don't give
They're
a
like,
fuck
oh
about
no,
your
we're
bike.
not going to investigate.
That was the most realistic part of this whole movie, where they're like, listen, you can go to the station and write up a we'll take a statement from you. I'm like, oh yeah, that just means nothing. The amount of the one time I was forced to do that because somebody had used my ID for like I think it was for like a cell phone or something like that. So they racked up this big bill. It went to a collection agency. They found me, started calling me, and I'm like, I've never had an account with this company. This can't be me. But they wouldn't stop calling me. So then I had to call the company, and they were like, you have to go to a police station, file a complaint, and then take that and show it to us so that we can clear this. And I'm like, I am so mad. You know it's not, because they looked it up. They were like, oh yeah, like this is clearly not you, but you still have to do this step, so it's like documented or whatever. And I'm like, I'm gonna fucking... And then the collections agency didn't stop calling me until I threatened them.
Yeah, because they don't
give a fuck. They just want the money because they bought the credit from somebody else. And I'm like, nah, I'm not. We're not doing that. I'm just gonna threaten that I'm gonna sue you. Even though I would never do that.
I'm going to start doing that now.
Oh, that's what I do, yeah. If you want to get a collections off of you, just be like, this is harassment, and I'm going to, like, go to the police with this.
No, I meant steal identities.
Oh!
Yeah. No, that just sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, no, it's
Call
good.
somebody else, yeah.
Yeah, you just need their ID. There you go.
Do you have your ID on you?
I do.
Oh, can I see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can trust you, right?
Sorry, that just reminds me. When you first started telling that story, I thought you said that they had stolen your IUD. And I was like, that's a much different story.
That is quite...
Cops still say the same thing. You just got to fill out a report.
File a report. Did you retrace your steps? Like,
do you have a photo of it?
Yeah. And at the same time, so to keep going on that theme, right? We've got Mickey, the con that picks up Pee-wee when he's hitchhiking.
The fugitive. Yes.
The fugitive.
Such a cute scene,
right? And we learn that he's on the lam because he cut off the mattress tags.
Great bit.
Whimsical even. And that's just kind of proof that the police are not interested in solving these crimes. They're just going to run down the people they can get. You know what I mean?
Also, do either of you know why you're not supposed to cut those tags off?
It is a consumer protection issue. You can absolutely cut them off yourself.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to cut them off in the store because it tells them what they're made of and fire ratings and that sort of thing. So it's illegal for them to remove it and then sell it to you.
Gotcha.
It's not illegal for you to actually remove it.
I never assumed. Yeah, I was like, obviously, we can be ripping these things off. I do what I want in my own house. But yeah, that's so interesting. Okay.
Yeah. It's like I think it's materials and fire.
If you resell the bed, is it then illegal on you? Like if you cut it off and then
Sam, we
used
both know
up.
the second-hand bed market is just pure chaos.
It's a lawless land.
You're like, Sam, you could go and buy a mattress, brand new mattress, still in the thing, unwrap it, and be like, oh, this isn't the right size. Craig, do you want to buy it for me? I'd be like, that is the grossest fucking thing.
What am I going to buy your underpants now? What
I've never used it. I've never slept on it. It's like, but you unwrapped it. Ew. There's something about secondhand mattresses that just don't fly. Yeah, I don't think that's a huge market for people.
There goes that business idea.
Yeah. Sam Norton, secondhand mattresses.
See, this is why I'm stealing IDs now. All my business ideas keep falling apart. By the way, aiding and abetting a convict and a violent criminal. He had a gun.
He did have a gun.
He
Yeah.
didn't have a gun. That's probably how he removed the tag. Just fucking shot it off.
All right, Mickey's the fucking coolest guy in the world.
Just shoots it off the tag.
Sneaky villain, by the way, in that scene when they get pulled over, the cop.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that scene where Pee Wee's all dressed up and he's like, I just want
to see your little outfit.
Dude, not only is that creepy for a cop to do, he doesn't know that that's not Mickey's wife, that fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Oh, he thinks it is his wife.
Oh, yeah. And that's, you just cucking him right in front of him. Like,
Yeah.
I would do it. I would shoot him at a principal. Like,
Yeah.
don't be. And then when they drive away, Mickey, like, looking over at Pee Wee, just vibing out and just all dragged out. And he's just like, all right.
Yeah, maybe
I like
this
the
is
cut of this jib.
Maybe this is how you should be living your life, Pee Wee. Like,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
seems like this would be.
I think we could make a life together.
Yeah. I will say I had to like pause and like jump around that scene for a bit, like just the way that it was streaming or whatever, it like fucked up, and it jumped from like them being in the car to then like him reaching down and unzipping something, which I realize now was him taking the gun out.
Yeah.
But then jumped back to like Pee Wee dressed as a woman. And I was like, whoa, this movie took a turn. Like, we're gonna have Roadhead and Airman movie. And then I rewound it and watched it all in sequence. I was like, okay, this is a child friendly gag. I don't know.
There's going to be Roadhead. Oh, thank God, it's just a gun.
Yes. Thank God.
Thank God. Jesus, do you want your children exposed to Roadhead or firearms? I mean, you know,
Both.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah. Live a life.
Yeah, true.
Next sin on Pee Wee's list, by the way, and I think we can all relate. We've all been on road trips with comics, and
Okay.
if you are behind the wheel, it is your job to drive safely.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
At night, Pee Wee's driving, feeling uncomfortable. Clearly, the road and doesn't slow down, doesn't stop, doesn't say, "Hey, Mickey, can you get us past it?" Just drives full off a cliff. If I would like,
Another reason he shouldn't have his bike.
that should be mobile.
Yep, he shouldn't be mobile. I'm telling you. Okay, yeah, he drives right off. Yes, yeah, you gotta leave now.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of nowhere. That's fine. You're an adult man.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry
Wow.
about it. Well, as far as I'm concerned.
A whimsical adult man.
A whimsical adult man. that
And the
has-
gag comes back, stuck in the desert in the middle of the night. The only thing from the gag store he uses at
Oh, it's
all,
the night vision goggles.
and he
yeah.
only uses it to go, ah! And then it's done. That is a great joke that has a long payoff to nothing. It's a Rube Goldberg's machine of a joke.
It's the all the animal. I love how the light turns on. It's all taxidermy animals. Yeah, it's a good bit.
He went to that thing to get you to like the whole shop thing is only for the purpose of that, and then never to be called back again.
Just
That is
give
a
me
great joke.
I want to see the boomerang bow tie.
But that's what's even funnier is the whole time you're going, all right, when he's going to use it, never does.
Never does.
Yeah, it just never comes. It's just a part of the machine where you're like, well, when is the bowling ball going to come down? I'm like, no, the boot skipped it.
Yeah.
I'm not convincing
You're
you.
not
at
convincing
all.
me. No,
he's not on board.
No. Why can't he just buy a new bike?
Oh, because it's like a super bike.
Oh yeah,
It's souped up. That's the
It is
craziest.
a cool looking bike.
how many
but
Batmobiles does
looking.
Batman have? Yeah.
At least two.
At least two. How many movies we want to talk about right now?
Like in universe, he's got one Batmobile.
That's true.
Yeah.
Pee-wee's got one bike.
Yeah, that's his vibe.
That's the
his
one
ride.
and only. That's the DeLorean. That's the Batmobile.
It has an ejection seat. It
is
can
great.
eject people. Okay, like there's a lot of cool things on this bike.
It's got gas, it's got rockets.
It's limitless. Okay, of course he's trying to get that bike.
Now,
back.
is it one of those sort of bullshit things where it's powered by his imagination?
You've ceased seeing the food on the table.
I just wish, and I hope it was. I really feel like it was captured in your voice, but the look on your face when you said that was so fucking funny. Oh my! You're like, it was powered by his imagination. Oh my god, that's so funny.
I am a fun guy.
I swear.
I swear. I just.
It's hard, I think, also because we watched this movie with Encanto.
Yeah, Encanto is.
Wait. You. What do you
Sorry,
mean?
like we record in batches. So this batch
I know,
was
yeah.
Encanto, Pee-wee's Great Adventure, and
Big Adventure.
Big Adventure, and Lightning Strikes. Which actually, in the order that we record and I watched Lightning Strikes right after I watched The Godfather.
That makes me so happy. I think that's how you should watch it.
True.
Quite frankly.
It's contrast, yeah.
Make you really appreciate both movies for what they are, you know?
Another sin for Pee Wee Herman is his constant denial of help.
Yeah.
Like, he's a dick to his friends. Like, a real dick.
Dude, Dottie, saint, beautiful, like loving, caring.
Oh, yeah, but take a hint, girl. Take a hint.
Well, the heart wants what the heart wants.
No, I know, but I'm just kind of like a bit of pride, my girl. Okay, he's not interested. Just be friends. What's wrong with being friends with somebody?
Because he's gaslighting her. He's a manipulative fuck the entire time.
Okay, tell me more.
Well, when he goes to the store, like he wants something from her, so he's nice, and then she's like, "Oh, go to the drive-in." Then he gives her that whole fucking spiel of like, "I'm a loner." The second that he's in trouble, right after the desert in the fucking Alamo, he's calling her up for fucking money and shit.
Oh, John,
support every time.
John, so and yeah, he's like, "Can you send me money for a bus ticket? Because I'm stranded."
And then he plays up like, "Oh, I know I was treating you bad. I'm sorry."
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Would you go to the drive-in?" He's like, "I can't hear it." It's very funny.
Very, yeah.
But also, he's an asshole. He's just gaslighting this poor, beautiful woman.
Yeah.
Great with her hands.
Can do so much better than Pee Wee.
Oh, very
flaxen
questionable
hair.
choice. Although I feel like that is a theme with women, is just dating immature men.
Thank God.
Thank God
for that.
Yeah.
Thank God.
It is a statement.
This Pee-wee wouldn't have a lady.
It is a statement about that. You're right.
I'm telling you.
And like all the people are obsessed with him. Like everyone who meets him is like, this is the coolest and best guy.
I kind of get that because I love weirdos. I love talking to eccentric people because I'm like, what's going on?
He is also very confident, witty.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
that's who I want to talk to. I'm
Yeah.
like, what's making you tick? What's your day like? What are your thoughts? And then I just like lobbing things at them and going, well, how do you feel about that? Just tell me more. Tell me more on your theory.
Where do you fit this confidence in such a tiny suit?
Yes, I love it. I love it. No, those are the only types of people I want to talk to.
After watching this, I'm waiting socially for someone to say, "Sam, would you pay attention?" Just so I can do. Like, would you pay attention? I am.
I am.
Yeah.
My face is indicating as such.
I am paying attention. Just the childish bullshit. I love it.
Yeah.
He's got great facial expressions. The physical comedy's on point. I think it's Lost. I love a gag. This movie
Yeah.
is incredibly gag heavy. Incredibly. And I think I had a period of time where I hated it, and now I've bridged back, like I've gone full circle back to just being like, the world sucks.
You want cotton candy sometimes.
Yeah.
Yes, sometimes I just want to watch something. This is a turn your brain the fuck off movie.
Yes.
Okay. It is a turn your brain off movie, and I like that. Okay. I need that sometimes. Okay. You don't need to blow my mind anymore. The news is making me tired. I am so sleepy. I'm just going to watch this grown man make noises for an hour and a half.
And run around while a big jacked guy is trying to hit him with a dinosaur bone.
Yes.
Every time you describe it, it makes me laugh. You can pick out any 3-second chunk and have Craig describe it, and I'm like, hilarious, dude. How are you not seeing?
Yeah, there are thousands of use for corn, all of which I will describe to you now.
Right now?
That's a pretty good. That's
and
pretty
then
good bit.
She says, she's like, can you say Adobe or whatever? And it's just a crowd full of Mexicans. They're like, we can. We came up with it.
Yeah, you know what? Another little side villain I want to defend is the psychic. Because I'm like, that's all I would do if I'm a psychic. Okay, like, all I would do is just pitch the most unhinged things to people and see what they go for. Because, like, honestly, I think your job is pretty much just to be an entertainer at that point. You're paying me to entertain you. Okay, so I'm going to tell you, listen, like, the ghost of your great-grandfather is actually always with you, and he really wants you to take a trip to the ocean. He misses the ocean. Like, just get people to go do things.
Oh, and stuff that's not going to hurt them.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Not harm, okay? Just like, no, I think you should.
It's not like, give me $1 million and I'll
No,
talk to you.
no. I think you should travel to Europe. Like,
yeah.
Make them
Take
go
the
on
trip
little adventures.
you've always wanted.
You know that person you've been thinking about? You should ask them out. Stuff like that.
Just causing mild chaos?
Yeah, mild chaos.
Have you tried improving your life?
Yeah.
Much like your IUD thing, I swear to God, it took me about a minute of you talking to figure out you said psychic and not sidekick.
Oh,
and I'm
sorry.
like, who's the sidekick?
No.
Who's the sidekick with the IUD?
Sometimes I'm a marble mouth. All right, I'm a marble mouth sometimes.
Yeah, Madam Ruby. Yeah, I loved her character.
Yeah, she's great.
She read him very well. Of like, you're an asshole. Get out of here.
Yeah.
You're a wet man in a small suit, coming in like a maniac with a fistful of crunched up.
Maybe this community needs a break from you.
Yes. I've had many people come in here because of you.
And I'm sorry though, if your only outfit is that little suit with the bow tie, and you have crumpled up bills in your pocket, what the fuck are you doing?
I love that.
Why aren't you folding those bills, man? Like that's like a drug addict with jeans has crumpled up bills. Like get a billfold, my man. You can tie a bow tie, but you can't.
Oh, that's not tied.
No, that is not tied.
Yeah. Fair enough.
There's no way that man's waking up every day going, okay, and then over, under, and then we die.
Yeah.
No.
Fair enough.
You know who has crumpled up bills? You're right. Very specific. A drug addict in jeans.
The jeans are too tight, so they're like shoved in.
Okay.
They're like,
Drug addict in jeans. Also, a child.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
true.
right.
And the loose change. I once
Or
had...
any man with a truck.
Yeah.
Straight up. Any man with a truck just has, they've got loose money at all times.
Yeah, drug addicts.
Yeah,
with
you
jeans.
said drug addict. Yeah. Childish drug addicts.
Yeah. People with trucks. Okay, no, we're all just saying the same thing. Okay.
The most childish thing that ever happened, maybe I've told the story, is that when I worked at Blockbuster, just a kid coming up to the counter with a Ziploc bag full of sandy nickels.
Not sandy nickels.
Just dumped them on the counter and was like, how much can this get me?
This is my worst nightmare.
Just like that same sort of energy of just like this fistful of crumpled things to a psychic being like, tell me where my bike is. And you're like, all right.
Yeah.
Counting out change. Just
This is a crumple, a 1.
This is a ticket to see Pee-wee's Big Adventure. All right.
Yep.
That's a used condom. Oh, okay.
Yeah, gross.
Where'd you get that?
The back of Rebecca's
Yeah,
apartment.
in Fuck Alley. That's
See,
where he
see
got
last
it.
week's hero or villain of the week for the
Fuck Alley.
callback you've been waiting for.
Yes.
I forgot to say this, but this movie does feel like, upon watching it, I feel like it's actually influenced a lot of movies, like comedy movies, because it feels
no doubt.
it feels like an orgy between Toy Story, like it kind of has that same thing, and then Austin Powers and Step Brothers.
Such a cocktail. That's insane.
You put all three of those movies because Toy Story, it's got that like whimsical, like adulthood thing. 'Cause
And
toys
Woody and Pee-wee do have like movements in common.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
that kind of awkward like
Then you have Step Brothers, the man-child, but also the rivalry between Francis and Pee-wee.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And then what the hell was the other one I said? Oh, Austin Powers with all of like the cameos and shit,
Yeah.
and like just it making up its own rules as it goes, like gags a minute. Like it felt like those three movies specifically. I was like, I wonder if this latently affected like Mike Myers and stuff like that.
I mean, it would have to, right? Like, when did this movie come out? Like
85, I think.
84, 85. And
Yeah.
then, like, you know, all of that was like the 90s. So these would have been like the people almost, well, I mean, and Hartman was in the 90s too. So, like,
it felt like
that
the
was
B-52s, you know, the music group.
Yeah.
You know, like they've weirdly affected a lot of musicians and bands, and then you don't hear about it until people are like, yeah, like, by the way, Rob Zombie. Do you know Rob Zombie? Fucking producer or like a production assistant for Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Yeah, no, that all checks out. That's not even surprising me anymore. I
just
there
feel
were
like
some
this-
horrors on that show. I feel like there was a toilet with teeth, or was that still the chair?
That was the chair.
Man, I am
Yeah,
really
you're
focused on that chair.
A toilet with a mouth, or a chair with a mouth, is a toilet. I mean, if it consents, it is a toilet.
For all you Pee-wee heads out there.
I'm just saying, it's what is a toilet but a chair that's not yawning?
Okay, question.
Answer.
Because this movie ends with obviously Pee-wee selling his life rights and then watching his life at a drive-in.
Yeah.
Who you sell your life rights? Who plays you? You get to decide.
Currently living or
Yeah, currently living. Has to be alive.
damn, Chris Evans.
Actually, you know what? Chris Evans could do, like, it would be hilarious because he'd be like a foot taller than you and like jacked.
Well,
but, like,
you have to do it the Pee Wee Herman way, where you got to have someone really fucking hot version of you.
yeah.
Okay.
'Cause that's what happened in the movie.
Right? Okay.
Chris
okay.
Evans in this fucking little baby cap and a vest, you know?
He's charming enough to pull it off. Okay, I get it. I dig it.
yeah.
Craig?
Well, I mean, if we're sticking with Spider-Man and Marvel stuff,
You can go with anything.
You could go
Tom
with
Holland.
anything.
Yeah, I think
You're gonna get Tom Holland?
Sure, why not?
Over Mike Birbiglia.
Everyone keeps. You are. I swear to
Don't
God.
deflect.
No, you are like the third person who's mentioned that to me in the last week.
Just want you to have your own movie.
It's Mike Birbiglia.
Yeah.
Wow, awesome. I love that. Mine's Emma Stone.
Emma Stone.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
Emma
yeah,
Stone.
yeah.
It's Emma Stone. It's clearly
obviously.
Emma Stone. But yeah,
I was
no,
trying to-
Birbiglia. That's so funny.
I don't know. It's just a little short guy. I kind of like the idea of someone shorter than me playing me. I don't know why.
That's so funny.
Birbiglia.
Yeah, fucking cooked, dude.
I'm such an asshole. I get away scot-free with saying Chris Evans, and then you're like, yeah, Spider-Man. I'm like, you're Birbiglia.
Yep. Hey, these are, listen.
Are we
I'm
doing-
hearing facts.
I'm not even mad about it.
No,
I'm
you
just
can't be.
like, Mike Birbiglia is very talented and wonderful.
Yeah.
Can we do vibe acting, like a character, like a voice actor, like if they make a cartoon
okay,
instead of a
sure.
movie? Because I would like Rebecca's to be Danny DeVito.
I would love that.
Yeah, I know.
I would love that. Yes. Full
Yeah,
send.
kind of.
Cartoon
Full
Rebecca, Danny
send.
DeVito.
Full send.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
That's my
Brad
favorite thing.
Garrett.
Oh yeah.
I don't know who that is.
The monotone guy from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Oh, Oh, okay, yes. Yeah. That would work great.
I would like it because he played Herman Munster
Yeah,
in something.
okay, yep.
If he did that voice, but for you, I would like that.
Yeah.
But like doing your bits.
And I think for Sam, I would pick
Broken glass.
Yeah, just
That's
a,
nails on a chalkboard.
just a woman dancing on broken glass.
My voice actor's just a Foley artist. This is a good movie.
For Sam, I'm also gonna go Emma Stone.
It would work. It would work.
Quite talented.
She's quite talented.
We are not through this movie. We gotta fucking rush
Do you have
through.
any other big crimes of Pee Wee Herman?
I mean, he breaks up a fucking marriage in the dinosaur's mouth.
Oh yeah, he does.
I mean, it's
Although I think that marriage would have been on the rocks regardless.
maybe, but also like. You know, it just seems like he just came in like a fucking whirlwind. It's like, you should leave him, and not knowing the whole situation. What you don't know how long they've been together. Sometimes
so you're saying
relationship is
he deserved the bone. He deserved it.
Yeah, in many ways.
Yes. Okay.
in many ways, I sort of say like she seems to the waitress there just seems to attach herself to anybody who comes through there.
Goes to France, picks up a dude.
Yeah. It's like, man, that poor guy, that poor big strong guy out in the desert.
He's
just
clearly
trying to
sensitive.
He's like, I love this woman. I've loved her since high school. She wants nothing but to leave and is desperately trying to cheat on me with anybody she can to get me out of this town. And it's
Desperately trying to cheat on me.
like,
She thinks I don't know about the T-Rex fuck mouth.
Yeah, but it's like and he's just like, I just want to be respected, and I it's tragedy, right? It's like, I want us to be happy here together, and she's not going to, and I can't be happy without her.
Joins a fucking satanic biker gang. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're clearly not good people. Oh, by the way, the chick that's like, give me him first, that's Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
That's who that was.
Yeah.
Okay. I knew, I was like, I know her from somewhere. But like when you look up something from the 80s and you're like, nobody looks the same anymore.
Well, no, because it depends on when they stopped working, and
Yeah.
you're like, I don't know who any of these motherfuckers are. I hate when I get I believe all cast lists on IMDb should have a photo of not the actor but the character in their movie,
That's a great, or like
an
them at their
alternate-
and then you
Alternative.
can click on their name, and then it goes to their page, and then there's their picture of whatever, you know what I mean, their most recent headshot or what have you.
Yeah.
Because the amount of times I look something up and I'm like, or like for voice acting, I'm like, I can't remember what any of the characters' fucking names were. Give me the cartoon photo. I will click. Like I have to like.
Who is Phineas?
Yeah, like I have to keep looking.
Which one is Ferb?
God damn it! Streamline this.
And then you got like one voice actor who's like, Phineas, Ferb, this, that, Eek the cat, Bugs Bunny.
You're
like,
like,
how are all
you just
these-
talk to yourself for a living?
Yeah, that's everybody you have 10 characters in the show. That's crazy.
Get that paycheck.
Yeah, no, all the more power to him.
Also, lastly, Pee Wee Herman does gotta easily be $100,000 of damage to multiple productions.
Yes.
At WB.
Shuts
Like,
it down. Okay,
insane.
like you're off for the week now.
Yeah.
Okay, we have to completely reset full settings.
That's a lot. I mean,
Okay.
maybe more than
We gotta pay out. Like somebody got injured over here. Like we're paying out a bunch of money for
He
sure.
ruins a lot of movies.
Yeah.
A lot
Yeah.
of movies. Yeah.
The one sin I cannot forgive. So I like Godzilla. Ruins a Godzilla film we never got. If this happened in 1985,
Okay, yeah.
Toho reboot Godzilla in the same year, and it looks like in the movie we were gonna have a Godzilla versus Ghidorah movie until fucking Pee Wee came through and we didn't goddamn get it. Ruined oh god.
Yeah.
Changed
Never
the course of history.
Yeah. Well,
Unforgivable. Unforgivable.
straight to the chair.
Yeah, straight to the chair.
Straight to the shit chair.
All right. Does it feel like it's that time?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Time to rank our villains.
Yes, I have the child's entertainers scale. So from that wooden bead toy that's in all doctors' offices.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean.
All the way up to Mr. Rogers. I'm going to give Pee Wee Herman, because he is the true villain of this movie, I'm going to give him a trampoline, okay? He's fun, but he's probably going to get you hurt, okay? I wouldn't recommend. What do you got, Sam?
All right, so I got on the cartoon brat scale, I'm going to go with Francis as the villain. And on cartoon brat from Angelica from Rugrats. All the way up to Eric Cartman feeding people to each other.
Yeah, that's true. Mhm.
I'm going to give him a Roger from Doug, where he's a bully, but like, he's all right. Like, he's still clearly friends with everybody.
Yeah.
He's just, he's probably got a hard life.
That's good. I like that.
I like that a lot. I did the bicycle scale. So on a scale of a penny farthing up to a BMX bike, I'm going to give Francis. I'm also doing Francis. I'm going to give him one of those lowrider bicycles, with the big tires.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, because flashy and useless, but also that's a pretty cool bike.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? I mean, it's a cool bike, guys. And we're gonna get to our heroes and villains of the week in a second. But first, a couple ways that you can support the podcast. If you want to reach out to us, we're on social medias. The Villain Was Right on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook still, at least for a little while. And if you want to get in touch with us, maybe suggest a movie, let us know what you thought about this episode. Say goodbye to Sam. I don't know. You can.
I'm dying.
Yeah, I'm dying. He's moving to Calgary. It's pretty much the same thing. You're dead to us, Sam. No. No, you can email us at villainwasright@gmail.com.
And if you got a couple of bucks, you can hit us up on Patreon, patreon.com/thevillainwasright. We have 2 bonus episodes a month. Audience choice, we have early episode releases. This month for bonus episode, I picked Lightning Strikes. Craig was so mad, but it was so good. So good.
Little Kevin Sorbo.
Yeah, that's right. In his prime time. Okay, prime time, Kevin. So hit us up there. And if you're listening to us right now, thank you for being listeners and thank you for being fans of us. And now
You're welcome.
Yeah, there you go. You're welcome. So thank you so much for your continued support. And now it is time for our heroes and villains of the week. I have a villain ? Kind of a villain. I had such an interesting thing happen to me last week. It didn't happen to me, but an interesting thing that I was a part of. So last week I went to do a gig in like a smaller town, and show was a banger, like just a banger of a show, like front to back. Everybody on the show was crushing, like really, really fun, to the point where the first thing that happened, and I was like, that's not in my year, never has this happened to me. One table was complaining to the servers that another table was laughing too much.
Wow.
Have you ever heard of that in your fucking life?
No.
I was like, that's the most insane complaint I've ever, which I was like, that's so funny. And I was like, yeah, I mean, this show is hot. Okay,
Yeah.
these people, I was hosting and I had to do like no time off the top. I was like, these people are cooked, okay? Like, it's so good. Anyway, so when the final act is up, okay, we notice that there's this table at the back, and they're very clearly like bigots or something. Like, they're not having a good time, okay? And like, it's insane.
They were laughing at my jokes. They were laughing at my jokes, so they were clearly bigots.
They're bigots, all right? They're fucking bitch-ass bigots, okay? They're frowning, and the comedian on stage is, when I'm telling you, leveling the place, okay?
Yeah.
Like, destroying, doing so fucking well, so funny. Like, every line is just hitting so hard, and this one table isn't laughing at all, and it's clearly because he's gay, okay?
Gotcha.
So I'm like, fuck, like, I'm so mad at this table, right? But whatever. So one of the guys, and I'm like, why don't you, this is the last act, just leave. Like, just go home. Like, you do not need to watch this. But one guy gets up from their table and goes outside, and I'm like, oh, okay, so like he had just clearly had enough, right? About 5 minutes later, the owner of this establishment comes over to the rest of us and goes, "You will not guess what I just caught somebody doing in the parking lot." That guy went out to the parking lot to masturbate.
Whoa!
He caught a guy masturbating. And I was like, that is a first. That is a first for everyone involved here. He was apparently between two cars and he was walking by, and clearly by the motion, he was not just like taking a piss. He was fully masturbating.
Was this a bigoted bait, or was this was this, you know, like toe tapping Republicans in airports where they're like, oh, gay guy, like. Was
who's
this
to
like
say?
His coming out story?
It might be.
It
might be. I have no idea. But it was just the most insane thing that I was like, what is happening with these people? It was insane. One of the audience members left and double birded all of the servers on the way out. It was chaos.
And the funny thing to me about all of this is that someone got a complaint for laughing too hard. Nobody got a complaint about jerking off too much.
Yeah. Actually, there's just too much semen around for a regular comedy show.
What a crazy... That's insane.
Insane.
Did he finish?
I don't think so, because the owner was like, yo, you gotta...
If you're publicly baiting, you know, I don't know if that's going to make you finish.
I
if
have
someone
no
goes,
idea.
hey, and he's like, 1 second.
I have no idea.
Wild. Did he leave after that?
No, he came back to the tent.
Jesus.
Because I think he was there with like his wife or partner or something.
God. Wow.
No, he came back to the tent.
Was he part of the table that wasn't laughing?
Yes.
Oh, this is getting better.
Yes. That's why. And I knew exactly who he was talking about because I watched him leave.
You didn't investigate more? You didn't go, what's going on here? Oh, I wish I would have became friends with that table. I would have been like, what is going on at this table?
Y'all?
Wow.
Anyway, crazy times. Crazy times. What do you got for us, Sam?
Fucking Rebecca should have gone last.
What do you got, Sam?
I got two heroes. I don't have any villains.
Okay, great. I love that.
My heroes are Craig Fay and Rebecca Reed.
You son of a bitch.
Don't do this.
You don't do this to me.
I'm feeling the whimsy rise.
Not you two. People I met in Cambridge.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
No, I just wanted to say thanks for all the friendship and laughs, and now it's going to be nice to only connect with you guys through this. So for everybody out there who's also a fucking villain slut.
Villain slut.
Hand cheese. We call
That's
them.
what I'm going to start calling them villain sluts now. I like that.
That's the extra tier.
Welcome up, villain sluts.
We're all villain sluts.
So good.
I enjoy this as much as the rest of you. So this is literally top 3 favorite podcasts, and it's weird to know you guys.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks so much, Sam.
Yeah.
Sam.
Well,
Yeah.
that's so wonderful. Thank you. I'm gonna just drastically shift the mood. You're right.
Do
we did
it.
this in totally the wrong order.
Do it.
But you are moving to Calgary, so this is actually a story that happened to me in Calgary.
So you know what to look forward to.
You know what to look forward to. This is the kind of city that you're moving to. This is
Craig caught a guy masturbating.
between two cars. Weird. No, so this is. I was at a bar and I was like talking to some people, and as I do, get up, go to the bathroom. I'm at the urinal, whatever, and this guy behind me is like, "Oh, so you're from Ontario, eh?" And I go like, "Oh, yeah. I guess the accent's that strong." And he goes, "Oh, no. I was at the table next to you. I just overheard you talking about like being from Toronto and stuff." And he goes, I used to, I'm 72 years old, but I used to go to university down in St. Catharines. I was like, "Oh, okay, so you know the area." He's like, Yeah. Had to move out of student residence when I was there because I was having too much sex, and I just start laughing. I'm like, oh yeah, like it was too much sex, eh? Like it was just affecting your grades too much. He goes, "No, seriously." He's like, "I was having women knock on my door because I ate pussy back then, and nobody was doing that at the time."
I made that joke. This might be the same guy.
And I'm just like, oh my God. Rebecca's face. Anyway, but he's just like, no one was doing it back then. It got around.
So funny. That's so funny.
And weirdly, very similar heroes and villains this week. Anyway, I left and like I couldn't even tell the people I was drinking with because he was seated right beside us. And I was just like, I've been hanging on to this since then, but it was the funniest fucking interaction
so
I've had.
Funny. That's when you got to introduce them to everybody. Tell them what you just told me.
Yeah.
Oh,
tell them what you just told me.
Yeah.
Bonnie.
The favorite detail about this and why I'm excited to now go to Calgary, I'm going to tell everybody I'm from Toronto because I wonder, like, he came into this going, oh, you're from Toronto.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I used to eat pussy. Like, that's a wild, like, I like the CN Tower. He's just like, that reminds me. I ate a shitload of pussy in St. Catharines.
So funny.
That was before the Sky Dome.
Before that,
It would have been.
I'll tell you, not everybody was doing it back then. When you're that close to Niagara, you get inspired. You know what I mean? This guy's awesome. He's not a villain. This guy's fucking cool.
I said he's my hero.
Yeah, so funny.
I laughed very, very hard at the things he said.
That guy's
anyway, that's everything for me. You can follow me, guys, at Craig Fay Comedy on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, CraigFay.com for show dates. Sam, where can people find you in the future?
Follow me on just everything at Sam Norton Comedy. I would like to announce I got my I have dual specials coming out. I did a 360 VR comedy special, Redline, that'll be coming out at the end of the year, and I'm also doing the first AI assisted like CGI comedy special called Bolt from the Blue. This is the first time I've announced it. So.
Oh, great.
Cool. All right. Check both those out. And if you would like to follow me, you can follow me at Rebecca Reeds on any platform of your choosing. Next week, we have a very special episode. We are covering the TV show Scrubs. So get very excited for that. We are covering Scrubs next week. And this is The Villain Was Right, reminding you, if you introduce a boomerang bow tie, you have to shoot it.
The Villain Was Right was produced by Andrew Ivimey for the From Superheroes Network. For more great podcasts like this, as well as YouTube series, webcomics, and so much more, visit FromSuperheroes.com.